Hello YouTube, like last year I am back with a terrifyingly true story from my life. Last year's video was the motor scooter guy, and this year's video is going to be the Alamo Guy. So my family likes to vacation in Texas, and sometimes we just fly into San Antonio and take a car to wherever we want to go. And that's kind of what happened this year. We were driving back and killing some time before we had to get on the plane to go home. Unlike the first time that we went to the Alamo, this time you had to wait in the line to get in. We weren't really sure why, but I mean, if you have to wait in the line to get in, you wait in the line. We head over and we get into the line, and somehow my family gets slightly separated. I believe it was me and my dad in the front, and my mom and my brother who were slightly behind us. But in the middle of our group, there was a guy who'd gotten in line, like, I guess either sped ahead of us or something. So my mom kind of, passed him to talk to us. So it was very clear that, like, we were a group, we were a family unit, and most of the time people would just, deal with that. But this guy, instead of just kind of backing off and, just chilling out in his own space, stood directly behind us. Now, I've been to France, and in France it's a bit more of their culture to be closer, but because America's such a huge place, if you're closer than like an arm's distance away from people, you're in their space. And my mom is telling me, hey, put your purse on in front of you, so, just put it in front of you, it's safer that way. While she is trying to get me to do that, all I can think about in my head is which Taekwondo techniques I should use when this guy inevitably tries to grab my shoulder or somebody else's shoulder. We suffer through this line, it's really awkward, it's really weird because this guy is still there. And then we get to the front of the line, and it turns out the reason that you have to wait in this line is because since the Alamo is free to the public to make their money, they take your picture, and then at the end you can choose to buy it if you want to. So it's our turn to get our picture taken. We kind of file in as a line. My mom and my dad are on one side, closest to the Alamo doors. Then there's me, and then there's my brother, who's the closest to the line. And next to my brother is the guy in our family photo, right? He just followed us. He just followed us and got in line and just stood there right next to my brother. You know that look you give people when you're kind of uncomfortable and you're like, this person isn't supposed to be here? I did that, and I gave the most exaggerated look ever. And the photo people at first were just like, oh yeah, just squeeze closer together, squeeze together. And I'm just like, who is this guy? What is he doing here? He's not part of our family. And then they're finally like, is he part of your group? Like, are you all together? And we're like, no! He has nothing to do with our group. He just ended up kind of going off to the side, but he was still close enough that it was just weird. But after that, I didn't see him the rest of the Alamo. My one regret on the whole thing is that we didn't get the picture. We should have bought the picture. It is my top regret of all time. And that is why I'm afraid to go back to the Alamo. If you guys have ever experienced anything this creepy or weird or whatever, please leave it in the comments, and if there's one that's really creepy or whatever, I'll put it in my next video. If you want to stick around and see more content from me, feel free to subscribe to this channel. Otherwise, I will see you guys later. Bye!